Hi. Last week, we looked at timelessness as our real nature. We saw that time moves within this non-moving timelessness that we are. Well, today we're going to play with timelessness again. We're going to do it a little differently, though. We're going to engage our memories and our sense of identification to look at the real timelessness that we are. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to remember back as far as you can to one of the earliest memories that you can recall. It doesn't matter whether it's a good memory or a bad memory. All that matters is that you recall it, from being there, not from looking at pictures or videos. I'd just like you to spend a moment recalling that memory, whatever you can recall about it. What was being said, what was being done, how you felt. Anything that you can remember, where you were, what you were wearing, anything at all. Just bring that memory back to your mind. I'm remembering something from kindergarten. I was age 5. What age are you in your memory? All right, now let's go forward in time a little bit. Let's go forward until, upper elementary school or lower middle school, lower junior high, somewhere between, let's say 10, 13, somewhere in that range. Just pick a memory from that range. I have my memory, I was 11. And just remember whatever you can remember about that. Where you were, what you were feeling, who else was there, if anyone. What was being said, what you were wearing, if possible, just anything at all. It doesn't matter what you remember. I just want you to remember that memory. All right, let's go forward again. Well, let's go to our upper teenage years or our young adult years. Let's say somewhere between like 17 and 22, somewhere in that range. And pick a memory. And then remember that as fully as you can. What you were feeling, where you were, who was with you, if anyone, what you were wearing, whatever you remember, what was said, what was thought. All right, let's go forward again. Let's go somewhere in our 30s. And just pick a memory. And the same thing, remember everything you can remember about that moment. How you were feeling, where you were, who else was there, what was thought, what you were wearing, whatever you can remember. And if you're old enough, let's pick one more memory from your 40s or your 50s. Otherwise, pick another memory from your 30s. If you aren't even 30, we'll do 20s. But from your 40s or 50s, pick another memory. Do the same thing with it. All right, now let's pick something from last week. Pick a memory from last week, anything at all. And again, remember everything you can about it. How you feel, who was there, if anyone, where you were, what was being thought. And now look at right now. Just notice yourself right now. Where you are, how you feel, what's being thought. Just notice right now. Now we looked at memories that were over time, from when you were young until whatever age you are right now, the current. I'd like you to look at between the different memories that you remembered. Was your body exactly the same? Or did it change? You know, my body changed a lot. In fact, one thing I noticed in each memory was there was a difference in the body, but especially from age 5 to now, age 61, big difference in the body, right? So the body was not the same. The body was not consistent from one memory to another. Is that true for you too? Another thing that wasn't consistent was the mind. I noticed that as well. The way that I thought, the way that I saw the world between age 5 and age 11 and age 18 and age 34 and age 50 and age 61, very different mind, right? The mind was not consistent over those memories. Is that true for you too? And yet there's something that was consistent, because I say, I was there in that kindergarten memory. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed. I felt like hiding, right? I felt like hiding. I also at age 11, that memory. When I look back on that memory, I was skipping school with a friend. I would say I was skipping school with a friend. We were walking in the rain. I was laughing and having fun. Right? In each of the memories, there's an I. But the body is very different. The mind is very different. So what's that consistent I? The body aged. But did that I age? Why do I say I was embarrassed in kindergarten? Why do I say I was having fun skipping 7th grade with a friend? That I is the timeless nature. That I is what's constant. The mind changes, but that I stays the same. The body changes, but that I stays the same. Experience changes, but that I stays the same. It's timeless. And this is why people, when they're in their 70s and 80s and even 90s, The body has changed so much. The mind has changed so much. And yet they will tell you, I am the same. What is that I? It is not aging. See, time affects the body ages. From age 5 to age 11, the body aged, right? It grew up, but that's aging. From age 11 to age 61, it aged. But the I, the mind matured and the mind changed, but that I that's looking out these eyes is somehow timeless. It's not aging. So this week, you're going to focus again on that timeless nature. While the body is changing and the mind is changing and experience is changing, what's exactly the same? The I. Pay attention to that as often as possible. Again, you could use time, since we're looking at the timeless nature, you could use time as your trigger. Whenever you notice yourself glancing at a clock or a watch or a telephone and noticing the time, also pause and notice the I that is timeless. The I that is same at this time as that earlier time, the last time I checked. And then I'll see you next week with another awakening game. Bye.